What up, G?
What up, H?
What's going on, bro?
Hey, man. Get me like dog.
Dude.
It's hot. I'm actually wearing shorts.
It's actually summer in the winter. It's not even spring yet.
We're in winter, summer.
Where we at?
We're at episode number 31. No hands this time. We banned the hands. Banned the hands.
Finally. Hands banned.
Dude, like, we pushing.
Yeah.
And I'm loving the new format, man. It just makes it easier for...
It's really dope. And those of you sleeping on the entrepreneurial exposure,
missing out.
like, guys, you don't even know where this is going.
Get your people on the show.
Yeah.
But where are we?
We're at a rooftop somewhere. In the north, I presume. I think we're at the place called The Roof. You tell us, where are we?
We're actually at the rooftop. It's in Fourways.
Next to entrepreneur,
Mr. Joe Mabija. He's going to tell us who he is, what he does, and how we landed at the rooftop.
What up, guys?
What up, bro?
Good.
How you doing?
What up, Joe?
Easy.
So can we be like GHJ?
We're missing an eye.
One episode.
We're missing the eye.
We're missing the eye. Just the one eye.
Joe, welcome to the show, bro. Good to be here. Thank you for allowing us your presence.
And agreeing to just this short time.
You guys coming through too.
Tell us about who you are. Who's Joe? Where does Joe come from?
I'm just a regular guy. Started off doing electrical engineering for tax.
Yeah.
And I decided, that's not for me.
Okay.
And I was like, what, I want to finance.
Okay.
Did investment management. Then I was like, okay, cool. Let's see how it goes in the working life.
Yeah.
Went to Investec, started working there, derivative trading there, and it got a bit boring.
Okay.
It was monotonous and it was challenging but monotonous.
Sure.
And I've always been about, I'm not going to limit myself.
Sure.
So I started a company called MyAsha. With a friend of mine, MyAsha.
MyAsha.
MyAsha. What MyAsha does is we do electrical tablet menus. So it's menus but on tablet form.
Okay.
It's digital. So digitize the menus for restaurants.
I've seen those.
Okay, yeah, I've actually seen those, yeah.
Is it what, the green peppercorn?
Green Peppercorn has one, exactly. 360 at Monte Casino has one. And another restaurant in the south, Gold Reef City, they have one as well. So we're expanding, we're growing.
Okay.
And we bringing new features, new development on the platform right now.
Okay.
And also have a mobile app, just MyAsha on both platform stores.
You developing that as well?
We've already developed it, it's available.
Okay.
On both Android and iOS.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez, bro. Trajectory is very similar to myself and G's in the sense that, like with me, I have a BSc in genetics.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here doing the show, and we do below the line marketing and advertising.
Yeah.
And that's with the spaces that we fell into. So very different. The marketer can bring it back into it, So it's maybe the genetics of marketing, So I don't know, but I think it's pretty cool how our paths aren't really set to what we think they are initially,
100%.
And I think we must stop this thing of limiting ourselves
100%.
to specific studies, into a specific job, into all of those things. So your journey is really dope. White tux, were you born and bred or what's the story there?
So it's funny how I ended up at Tux. So high school I went to Dale College with some guy on this side. Matriculated, came down to Pretoria.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to have just be having fun.
Sure.
In all week. I had been accepted to UCT. Yeah. And I was thinking, okay, let me go check it out. The other guys are going for all week. Let me go check it out before my school opens. So I get there and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm liking the vibe,
Yeah. All week will make you like any
And I wasn't completely sold on UCT.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me check it out. Yeah. I started vibing and seeing hot girls. I'm like, okay, I like that. That's a win.
Hey, there's a pull.
And I went to one of the places where they're like, listen, I went to one of the classes orientation for engineering with a friend, and they're like, oh, listen, that's what happens, what not. If some of you haven't applied yet, go ahead and apply. So I went and applied. And
talk about a last minute application.
Copy DM, bro.
Wow. Like, where are your results? I'm like, my results. They're like, okay, cool, might have a space for you. I don't have a place to stay though.
Yeah.
Then they put me in race. Same time.
Wow. So that never happens, guys. By the way,
don't do that.
Don't count on that.
Do not do that.
This is not advice on how to get into university. That does not happen. Apply in grade 11, dude.
So you went from electrical to finance.
Finance, 100%.
To app development.
app development to
Solutions.
whatever
Online
I feel like
solutions.
doing. No,
Okay, my bad. Whatever. Dude, that's
My Asher.
So exactly. Actually, Asher means life. So it's my life. Almost.
Dope.
So it's almost my life.
Very dope.
So that's where the whole concept came from, and app development. I host an event here at the Roof
Okay.
called Lazy Sundays.
Okay.
First Sunday of every month.
All right.
December, the first 3 Sundays.
Awesome. So that's it, guys. You should come join us as well. First Saturday of every month.
First Sunday of every month.
First Sunday of every month.
Lazy
First
Sundays.
3 Sundays of December. Awesome. So December, we're pushing everything.
No.
We're going. Hesitate, Papa. Yeah.
what made you want to do an event at the rooftop? Because I've heard that eventing is rough.
So funny story is, my offices were based here. So this is an office block with a rooftop. And my office was downstairs here, and I used to kind of interact with the guy that owns this place. And at some point, he's like, "No, I see you with a lot of people in and out. I'm looking to start an event. Have you got anything in mind?" So it was before winter, and I was like, it's a really bad time before winter.
Of course.
Let's see around some.
Yeah.
Because rooftop, you don't want to start a rooftop
course.
event.
Yeah.
So around October last year, a friend of mine, TK, who's my business partner in Grown and Sexy.
Yeah.
We call it Grown and Sexy, by the way.
Okay.
That's a dope name.
It's for the grown.
Yeah, it's for the sexy. Yeah.
So we decided, listen, let's try something.
Yeah.
Came together, had our first one on the 7th of October last year.
Okay.
And it was sold out. And from
Dope.
then there was a line outside of the first one ever. And since then, we've basically been selling out probably 90%. Winter was more 90%.
Yeah.
Every other one.
That's dope. At 90% capacity in winter is dope,
Exactly.
man. That's what you want to
Really
get.
blessed. I've been really blessed. And
Yeah.
That's how I ended up here. We're even having a champagne fiesta as well.
Okay.
In partnership with Jamelia
All right.
in October. So Jamelia restaurant in Bryanston,
Yeah.
the rooftop parking lot. The whole place is going to be a champagne fest.
Whoa.
Hosted by the Grown and Sexy.
Whoa.
It's 19th of October.
Slay Queen alert.
Put my listener alert.
Anybody
Guys,
Politicians.
guys,
Anybody who's got
We didn't do a drink count, dude. Cheers. We're on the water.
we're on the
today.
water today, guys.
The owner of the establishment approached you and said, "Yo, Joe, do you know somebody?" So obviously, you know, this is typical entrepreneurial
100%.
answer. Whether you know how to do it or not,
I know someone.
the answer is
Yes.
Absolutely, we're doing it.
100%.
So that's literally how this has ended up growing for you.
So you became a yes man at that moment.
At that moment, actually before that, but at
Yeah.
that moment,
For this
for
specific
this specific
situation,
thing.
yeah.
opportunity arose, and I was like, listen, I'm going, let's go, let's do it. And it's amazing what you can do when you just put your mind to it.
That's so.
Listen,
That is.
Just dropping nuggets, man.
one of the
Like,
things I do always say is this: there's a piece called preconception amongst mainly black communities where
Yeah.
go to school, do that, and
Get a
then
job.
get a job,
Yeah.
get married,
get married.
have 2
You know,
kids.
there's a route.
Yeah.
And I'm always the belief, you know what? Don't limit yourself.
Sure.
Whatever you want, you are more than one thing. That's the one thing I always say. You are more than one thing.
Yeah.
So don't think that just because I'm an engineer, I can't be a marketer.
Yeah,
Because I'm a
absolutely.
marketer, I can't be
Absolutely.
a musician.
Or come be an artist.
The banks know this. The banks hired all the engineers
Because they knew.
because they knew that's how
The thinking is out
the
the box.
thinking is out the box. That's how they do it. So it absolutely works. I love what you're saying about you're more than one person, because you have to be able to put on a
million hats, bro.
different hat or suit
time.
or face each time, you know. And as you adapt with that, you start finding strengths you didn't even know you had.
100%.
And I think that some of those things, I mean, you talk to the most successful people in the world, and half of them aren't really doing what they thought
They would be doing
when,
what they
when
went
they
to school
started
to do,
off.
yeah.
Yeah, what they went to school to do.
Yeah.
You know, it's not to say you guys must drop out and do stuff.
Never
You know,
that.
follow your path. You know,
100%.
there's still a lot of valuable lessons you get out of being in varsity, in learning the processes, the balance of work and life, and
Even
all
being
of that.
at a job, every
Yeah.
day is a new lesson.
Yeah.
You learn a
learn a lot more.
lot.
If
Yeah.
I wasn't at Investing and learned what I needed to,
Yeah.
I would not be as structured or as focused as I am now.
Sure.
Because that taught me structure.
Yeah.
It taught me focus.
Yeah.
And then from there on, I'm using that on in everyday life.
Yeah.
Whatever I do, I know. Plan.
Yeah.
Execute. Plan,
Sure.
Execute.
That is
That's it.
so.
Yeah, and I'm sure the financial side as well.
100%.
It must have been like
It helps a lot. It helps a lot. It
because
helps a lot.
they are gang people out there starting
dude.
businesses and blowing money fast.
I've come across too many of those, and I work with startup as well.
Yeah.
Where the guys are doing coding for startups.
Sure.
And they realize that they start coding, and before they know it, the startups got money from an investor, but they've blown through the money and they can't pay the coders, the developers anymore.
The guys who are making the business happen.
100%, because they're not financially literate. They don't know how to manage their business.
Business financial literacy is important, guys. Not just
Hit me up, Kyle, for a fee.
Of course, for a fee. This dude just started another business on the show.
Financial consultancy,
right here on the show, and with startups. But I think it's super important. Look, with what we do, with giving entrepreneurs or young people, young South Africans, a platform to share their business, share their journeys. I think it's important to hear stuff like this, dude.
100%.
Because there's a 20-year-old or even a 19-year-old kid who's thinking, I want to start a business, I'm really good at this, I've got a pull, I can get people into an event, into a business, into a product or something, but they don't know that it's important to think about finances.
100%.
It's important to think about, it's not about monthly profits, it's about growth, it's about moving forward, it's about how do I put money back into my business
100%.
to actually reinvest.
To grow, exactly. You might get a bit of income now and you think, no, I want to go buy the new BM. Or
the Gucci sneakers and the sneakers
walking around like
and Louis sneakers. You don't even know what they are, but you're wearing a pair of 30,000 sneakers and whatever. You know?
And the business is suffering.
Yeah, the business is suffering. That time you're trying to make alcohol deals with establishments to make sure your event goes,
100%.
and you make no profit.
You need to reinvest.
You need to reinvest. And I think a lot of people don't really do that, and they're in the process of, I keep going back to this microwave society kills people. It kills business because people want immediate gratification.
100%, that's very true.
You want to start an event this month. You want to start an event this month, and then next month you want to drive a C63. No, dog. It doesn't work that way.
1% in the world works.
Exactly.
Like, even if I started an event, I started it and it was an immediate success. I was like,
it hardly happens.
It hardly happens. You have to actually grow with organically with the market.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
But with you, in that case specifically, yours falls in with maintaining that
100%.
and giving the event
goes into that.
But it's also
longevity, so that the evolution of the business and the longevity of it. You could have easily squandered any profits you made and just been like,
same day,
you know, falling. Go to Taboo one night, all your profits are done.
Exactly. Every month I'm just going to the next month.
You do an event and then you go and blow the money. That's how some people are living like that.
100%. Some people do live.
What would you say are the biggest challenges? What are the things that you're like, I didn't think about that, and
I think every business has its own challenges. Again. And when I'll go into my Asha side of businesses, my Asha basically we develop the software, but we have to deal with hardware suppliers and hardware partners. So we never actually thought about the capital intensive nature of a business like that. So at the moment we're actually just tying down partners from a development and insurance side of the tablets themselves. The software works perfectly. We've got that business on lock because that's what we're doing, software. But then you realize that
there's a different component
of it that you didn't see.
And it's an important component.
100%.
It's a component that you can't use without.
So we're like, listen, we need to find a partner.
It's like the yin to your yang. For sure.
Because we're doing the software right, but we don't have the resources to be out there maintaining, going after tablets and whatnot. So you need a partner on that side. So partnerships is one of the challenges that finding the right partners and actually working with the right partners.
And not just like business partners, but like
service providers, suppliers, those kind of guys.
Because also, I think it's important that you mention that, because your delivery as a business is dependent upon your 100%. Decision of who those partners are.
If they're unreliable, you see as unreliable.
Exactly. It's
also it impacts you as a business.
Can't call your client and say, no, it's because of my supplier or my partner.
It falls on you.
They don't care.
They've got a business deal with you.
Exactly. The contract is with you. And whatever happens on the back end is up to you as a business.
And you need to sort that out.
100%.
Because it's your problem.
It is your problem day in, day out.
In reality, I'm always saying that you've really got to commit to certain things, like when you're in this space. It's not one of those that you can be like, okay, I'm just gonna be kind of semi in it, or see if it works and then maybe commit. No, you've got to give it your all.
I mean, I was in a comfortable job, deciding it's time to take the leap.
Take
the leap, leave that, and you get lots of questions. I mean, probably every second person at that time was asking, "Oh, you leave such a nice job." Every black person wants to be in that position.
Exactly.
Why are you leaving that?
Yeah.
And I was like, listen, guys, my heart is not there.
Yeah.
And I want to do more than just this. And
following your passion.
100%. And my passion might change every day.
Yeah.
I don't care if you think, oh, this guy's doing something new, dude. I will put my all into everything I do.
Yeah.
And if it makes me happy,
yeah,
I'll be happy every day.
Oh, that's what you want to hear. Like, I don't even
like, I got nothing else to say.
It literally is one of those, man. It's like, and that's so dope, is that that commitment of consistently giving 100% on with
no matter what you're doing,
with everything. Because that also becomes, and I feel like this is another important step in the business and entrepreneurial space, is that becomes your characteristic. And when I've met you and dealt with you in any of one of your business ventures, I remember that about you.
Yes, 100%.
That is the reason why I will do business with you.
100%.
That is the reason why I will look to you as a business partner or a supplier or part of my business chain, because the relationship, you've shown me your character
100%.
as an individual. So I know that if I do business with Joe, regardless of which aspect we're doing business in, I know he's giving 100%.
And he'll deliver, no matter what.
Get the job done, no matter what.
That's what guys need to be focusing on.
100%.
And it takes time to build that, because that's trust.
It is. And it's a work ethic as well.
Yeah.
Because I've found that a lot of, actually working with someone right now who said they stopped using black manufacturers or black service providers.
I've actually got a few people.
Because they don't deliver, or they drop the ball too many times. It's not reliable. And I understand there's a lot of variables that go into the picture.
Sure.
All of that. But the one thing you must always do is have integrity in making sure that you deliver whatever because the next person is going to be saying, I'm going to go back to this person, I'm going to refer this person, because they deliver next time. And I'm right now in a point where I'm trying to convince people, don't give up yet. Give them a chance.
Keep going.
There's someone I know. Try
talk to them, have a conversation. Like, you disappointed me on ABCD. Please, can we fix this now?
100%. You know? What other problems?
So we don't want to create a negative perception with black business per se,
100%.
because there are people out there, and for me, I think we're moving more into a space of it's just South Africans. It's just a matter. It's the racial or the skin color or whatever is going to stop playing a part in the space. It's going to be, I'm coming to you, Joe, because I know you deliver
100%.
and you give good business. It's not about black business or whatever, but I fully believe in that.
It has to be the business first.
It has to be the business first.
At some point we'll get there, but we need to
we're still in that space right now.
The perception is that
exactly. So we have to break that perception.
100%.
Exactly. So guys out there, and stop letting us down. Those of you who are taking business and just flopping out there,
come on,
because they're just doing an injustice to all 100%. Of us who want to. It makes it harder for us.
Because we get colored with the same brush.
100%. And the only thing, just communicate with your client. That's what it is. Communicate, they might understand. You find that you're thinking you're hiding things because if you don't deliver, they're gonna drop you. Just communicate.
And
if you more than likely they'll understand.
100%.
And we say, okay, let's give you a 2-day extension.
100%. So just communicate what the issues are, and maybe you end up on the right side. I think what you said about teaching business to kids.
Sure.
Those are the things I've always said. I think I've had a chat with Gabe about it. There's two things that I think this country needs to be focusing on more. Teaching tech or digital skills to kids at a young age,
100%,
as well as business skills to kids at a young age, because most of us learn these things after we started working. And it's learn as you go type of thing. But you don't know how to do normal financial
everything, dude. Even down to like SARS, taxes.
They don't understand what SARS is.
Dealing with suppliers, dealing with clients, putting together a business plan and objectives and goals, things like that we don't know.
The basics, putting agreements together,
100%.
MOUs, flipping contracts, things that protect you.
So things like that are things that are missing, and it's some of these things that hamper businesses as guys start as entrepreneurs, because they don't have these building blocks. And they start off and they get a good deal, they get a good contract, and before you know it, they're fucking it up because they don't have the basics in place.
Absolutely.
The guy will start coming in, he's like, no, this much is coming in, so I can spend this much. But he's not thinking about his overhead, he's not thinking about his fixed costs, not thinking about ABC, you know?
The cost of delivery, the
100%.
cost of all these things.
All these things become
the fact that you need to save. The fact that you need to the fact that you need to build build a credit profile for the business, all of those things.
And what he's doing is it's coming in, it's going out, it's coming in, it's going out.
Yeah.
And there's no longevity to a structure like that.
Yeah.
So things like that need to be taught, as well as the coding digital skills,
Yeah.
which I think is just a matter of access.
Yeah.
Access to these kind of skills.
Yeah.
There's a school in Pretoria that I'm kind of involved with
Yeah.
that teach digital skills, filmmaking, and now the digital side. And their motto is normalizing access. So that light on its own.
Oh man, that's so
means a lot,
powerful. Yeah.
because a kid in the rural areas,
Yeah.
if he just had access to digital, any platform, just
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
Imagine a kid in digital rurals
Yeah.
watching YouTube every day.
Yeah.
Sure.
The amount of
The amount of learning
you'll get
yeah.
from
and exposure. Yeah.
and the thing is, it becomes a problem where us entrepreneurs in the city or in urban areas are trying to find solutions for guys in rural areas, but they should be finding their own solutions.
Their own solutions.
And by opening up their
Another one. It's so weird because I deal with a lot of my clients that I deal with are trying to find solutions for their problems in the business outside of the business.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing. And I'm like saying, go ask the guy on the ground.
Look inside.
He's got that solution.
Because
He knows.
every day they deal with that.
Exactly.
There's so much to be done in our country, from, as you said, from
On the
digital
continent,
space.
bro.
If we start here and build
Yeah, no, I hear you, bro.
And
But it's the culture. We get that culture and that mindset
access.
change.
It's a mindset.
yeah, and the access.
mindset.
Yeah.
And it has to be
guys.
coming from the top, coming down.
Yeah.
Because you can't change the bottom without the top.
Except it needs to be a bi-directional
100%.
communication
What's a
for those
top?
changes to happen.
Yeah, I can't buy into something that people at top don't.
Yeah, exactly,
believe in.
exactly. Because it'll just never
Or
happen.
they'll just squash it before it even comes to
Which is the normal case of how it happens there. On our side, we're trying to spread it from the bottom as well, from the ground up, and see, you know, let's go out there and let's expose people and and what it's going to do is, by the time we've been doing this for a year, seeing 5 or 6 entrepreneurs on a weekly basis, imagine the network of people
that
we're building with
that we're building within that space. I sit down with somebody and they say, look, I'm looking for somebody who's doing app development or who can help with hardware, because now you've got those connections. Immediately I can say, listen, go to episode 31. Go to episode.
Joe.
Hit up Joe and his details are there. And we've just been hit up by quite a few people who are watching now in the new format, and they're like, guys, nail on the head.
Yeah.
We've got some venture capitalists who are like, thank you for a shopping space. Thank you for the shopping space. But and we didn't ever think
plan for this.
that what we were doing as a show we just wanted to start would end up almost as social and entrepreneurial growth
But you had
in the country.
But you
know?
did it from a good place, and you knew you wanted to help people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the growth is warranted.
Yeah, it's the result.
It's good.
Yeah,
It's good.
too many people are chasing results before they put the work in.
Yo, hey
me about
man,
it.
what's up with these bumps today, bro?
Hey, going to gym and just chilling.
Yeah, so
I'm at gym though.
I went to gym,
Yeah,
but you don't put in the
I
work.
went to
You don't
gym.
eat right.
my mother taught me that lesson very early, bro. She's like, you're gonna pray and then do nothing about it. Don't work like that, bro.
You gotta walk
You gotta go pray and put the work in.
100%.
Plan and execute.
You
I
know?
love
Yeah.
that. You plan, execute, plan.
Super dope, man.
No,
It works together.
Dude, from my side, man, like I feel like there's so much to still be spoken about, and I wish we had more time. But we're gonna have this man back on the show.
Yeah, most
No,
days.
to talk about that.
Without a doubt, there's. I already see at least another 2 shows.
I see, yeah.
At least another 2 shows.
Charging.
Yeah, and we'll start paying.
We'll
How's
start
about
paying.
that?
That's what I like. That's what I like.
We'll stop
We
paying.
ain't scared of
Your
I'm gonna start
mindset.
charging.
Doing your mindset.
Yeah,
You make money, we make money, everybody makes money. So.
everybody eats, B.
Bring some advertisers on board.
Dog,
Come on, guys, get on board.
oh, it's already there, bro.
See, I like you guys.
Guys, we pushing, man.
Think about the formula, dude.
But
And
dude, but I love your philosophies and the way you think and the way you just conceptualize yourself
Yes.
before you even get into business. So guys, take a leaf out of this man's book, but do it in your own way. Don't copy him.
Yeah,
You
do it in your own way.
can't either way. You can
Joe.
try.
He's Joe. He's the only Joe that I know. Right?
You can try.
You can try, but
Yeah.
do it in your own way, guys.
Yeah, it's your Asher. That's and leave,
Yeah.
leave my Asher.
That's right. That's a good
So you leave my Asher alone. Go find Joe Asher. Evolve it, grow it.
Yeah.
100%.
But stay fluid.
Yeah, stay fluid. Also hit this guy up. We'll have all the details on the business. We'll have his contact details as well. Throw in your socials there as well. Joe, it's been a very short one. We're seeing you on the 1st of September
100%.
for Grown and Sexy.
Grown and Sexy.
All you other grown and sexy people will be here too. Ticket sales.
Ticket sales through Howler.
Okay.
Yeah, so just go in the Grown and Sexy ZA.
Yeah.
Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah. And then we can follow the
will be
links.
below.
The links are there.
All right, cool. So we'll put all of those there as well. Join us at Grown and Sexy. I think it's going to be super cool.
That's gonna be a jam.
Yeah, it's going to be a jam. Let's come through. Let's support the man
Where's the
doing
vibe?
his thing. Let's keep doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
That's us.
episode 31.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, buddy. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Do all the other things you know you need to do. Follow, like, subscribe, share, blah blah blah. All that stuff.
And keep pushing.
And keep pushing, man.
Yeah.
All right, off the record. 1 deuce,
2 deuce.
double deuces.
We out.
Hey.